What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Newhart here, back with another Dragon Age Inquisition character build video. I know it's been some time. Unfortunately, my computer crashed. It actually fried itself somehow. My power supply went, my motherboard went, so I had to rebuild my computer. I have it back up and running, and I'm back to bring you guys another video. Today we're going to be looking at another mage. We've already done our first mage and our first warrior and our first rogue. So we are looping back into our second mage. Stay tuned. Check it out. Alright, guys and gals, so today our mage of choice is going to be the Necromancer. Now, I am choosing my characters based off my like of them, or what I feel to be the best. My second mage was extremely hard to choose between the Necromancer or the Elementalist, but the Necromancer had a few things that were a little bit better. Let's get right into them and check out why. Going down our first tree of our Gravelord, which is the most powerful tree, I would say, of the two for the Necromancer. You're going to start off with a starter active skill being horror. Not very useful here. Is decent for starting off, obviously, since it's one of two that you get, but don't worry about learning the skill or upgrading it. You're going to pick up Blinding Terror as your first passive. You have learned to leave enemies vulnerable in their terror. Enemies that are panicked take increased damage from all attacks, and you guys will see that this is actually something that you will see quite often in other passives as well as some other active skills. So you definitely want to look at that. You're going to be getting a damage bonus of 50% to panicked enemies, and you're going to also get additional +3 on your magic, so that helps there. Second passive, Conductive Current. The more magical energy you expend, the more damage your spells do. You're going to be getting a damage bonus of 5% for every 10% missing mana, and you're going to be seeing that actually kick in quite often, more often than not. So that's a big plus to have. Plus, you get an additional +3 on your magic. Moving on, next, Hasten Demise. A wounded enemy is the perfect target. Your attacks are even deadlier against targets that are closer to death. You're going to be getting additional +2 for every 10% missing health of your enemy. So the closer your enemy is to dying, the stronger your attacks to the enemy become. And again, another additional +3 to your magic. Overwhelming Force. You do even more damage to enemies whose health is less than or equal to yours, with an additional 25 damage bonus and then additional +3 to cunning, help out with those critical hits. These two stack very well. You're going to be doing a standard all-around bonus of 25% damage to enemies that are equal to your health, and then as you hit them, they obviously will have less health to you, and you're going to be doing damage to them. And then as that health bar of the enemy drops below equal or half yours, you're going to be doing 2% more. So this can scale up quite quickly, these two here. Onto another passive. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I know I cannot. If you are knocked unconscious, a spirit you control takes on your likeliness and fights on your behalf for a short time. The spirit draws magic directly from the Fey, casting spells without cost. You cannot be revived by any means until the spirit leaves. This lasts for 10 seconds. And you're going to be getting additional 3 on willpower. This is the bread and butter of the Necromancer class, and this is why I actually did put the Necromancer above the Elementalist. Now, if you don't know, the the Necromancer can be revived. Can't be revived by traditional means like your teammates pick you up. What you're going to need to have paired up with this is going to be the Spirit Mark. And you mark a target with an attack spirit, inflict ongoing damage, and the target dies while marked. The spirit mimics the victim's body briefly to fight on your behalf. What this does for you now is it can be toggled on and off, so once you stick it on to somebody, you can actually turn it off right away. But once it's on there, it lasts for 12 seconds, does 75% weapon damage per second. The charm lasts for 15 seconds, and then the cooldown is 20 seconds, and it costs 50 mana. And Lingering Mark, real quick before we get into how these two link together. Lingering Mark just gives you an additional 100% damage and allows that enemy that you mark, and if they die, you take over their body, lasts for 45 seconds. So you get a big boost from 15 seconds to 45 seconds. It's a big 30-second increase. Now, how these two work? Well, let's explain it. So if you die Alright. You can mark this character before you die, or even in a spirit form, you can mark a character. Once you die, you mark this character with a mark. The character has to then die. Then their spirit form fights for you. And after your 10 seconds up, you will kill off the enemy that you marked, and that will automatically revive you. I know that's a mouthful. I will show you guys some gameplay of it. But like I said, if you mark an enemy, that enemy dies, their spirit fights for you, and if you die within that time frame, after your 10 seconds of your spirit dying, you will kill off your marked enemy, trade places with them, and it will revive you. So this is, if you want to call it an exploit on your 3 deaths that you can get before you become in the Fade. So you can go well beyond the 3 deaths in the Fade if you are able to successfully manage keeping a marked enemy and having that marked enemy go into the Fade. So that is the bread and butter, and this is why the Necromancer is above the Elementalist. Onto your second active skill, you're going to want to pick a Walking Bomb, and you're also going to want to upgrade that. You curse an enemy, inflicting ongoing spirit damage, and then trigger the curse in a devastating explosion. This is very powerful, especially once you upgrade it. The base of it is 150 weapon damage per second. Lasts for 12 seconds. Explosion damage, so once you detonate it, does 600% of weapon damage, which is huge. It has area effect of 5 meters and a cooldown time of 20 seconds and a cost of 50 mana. Once you upgrade this, all it does is allows this explosion damage now to basically become shrapnel, hit other enemies, and then those other enemies will also explode. So you have, with Walking Bomb base, you do have the shrapnel effect, which why you have an area of effect of 5 meters. But the upgrade of it allows the enemies that get hit by within those 5 meters to also do explosion damage of themselves. Not only will you be doing 600 damage to the main target that you initially stick this onto, but now any enemies within 5 meters will also be doing 600 damage. So that's a big plus there, basically a domino effect. Going down to Permafrost, the second skill tree here. Again, Winter Grasp, you're going to start off with this at the very beginning, starter skill. No need to upgrade it, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to blow right past it. Gathering Storm is a big help. You will see this actually kicking in effect again right away. You'll see it more than none. You use your staff's energy to fill the area with a sympathetic magic. Each base attack shortens your active cooldown times. So, Walking Bomb and Spirit Mark all have, what is it? I think it's 50 on the cooldown. No, it's not. 20 on the cooldown and 20 on the cooldown. So they're both 20 on the cooldown. And if you have this here, each basic attack just knocks it down 0.5. So you attack 2 times, that's 2 seconds. I mean, that's a whole second down. And you're going to be basically using this while those are cooling up. But the more that you attack with your basic, the faster those cooldown is. Second one, Clean Burn. This is going to be a passive. Really not that big of a deal. It does help though with cooldown reduction for every spell you do. So again, these two stack very handy. I would say this is more helpful than this one. These are going to be the skills, your R1, triangle, square, and circle. Those are going to be the skills that you activate. Once you activate that, the other skills that are on cooldown then take 1 second less. So if you use up all your skills, obviously you can only get a maximum of 4 seconds on a cooldown, which is helpful. I mean, 20 seconds minus 4 seconds is 16, and then paired with this, that can come back pretty quickly. Your next passive you're going to pick is Ice Armor, which is going to be very helpful when you get down to Blizzard. Basically, if you're standing next to a frozen enemy or persistent cold spell, which would be Blizzard, you will take 50% damage reduction with an additional +3 on willpower. You will notice once this is active, you'll see like ice shards coming out of your body, which then lets you know that you have this active, as well as if you look in the bottom left hand corner, you will see the ice shard emblem over your position, and which lets you know that's also active. Very helpful, very helpful. Trick to the Trade. Not so much helpful for you in the sense because you're not really using panic, but it does help with this guy, so it will help with freezing enemies. It'll help. They'll take more damage when it comes to using a blizzard. and then it'll also help with once you freeze them. If you freeze them, they'll be frozen longer for an additional 10% duration bonus and a 10% damage bonus. So little boost there, not bad, but it helps on the way to get into Blizzard and the Barrage, so that's not that bad. Winter Stillness. By standing still, you enter into a meditative state that restores your mana at a enhanced rate and reduces all cooldown times. Again, another cooldown reduction here, so these three do stack very well, and you do see you're being able to pretty much spam a lot of your active skills there once they do get into the cooldown state. Meditation idle threshold is 3 seconds, so standing still for 3 seconds then allows you to get the bonus of 50% mana regeneration bonus with another additional +3 to willpower. Not bad there. Frost Mastery. You have mastered the calling of cold, increasing effectiveness when chilling or freezing targets. So here we go again. Where was it? With another stat booster. Your freeze duration is 25%, so then you technically would have 35%, and then your chill duration would be 25% as well. And then again with this, you have another 10, so that's 35%. And then another additional +3 on magic. Onto Energy Barrage. This is I just chose this because it's another active skill. You don't want to really use up all your points on passives because you're going to be using your active skills quite a bit, and this does do quite a bit of damage actually. It has 12 projectiles, all of them do 110% weapon damage per hit. So it's basically 110% times 12 is what you're doing. That's well over 1,000. Cooldown time is 16 seconds and it costs 50 mana. And then on for another bread and butter for your defensive side, I should say at least, is Blizzard. You can toggle this on and off. It does 172.5%. That's a definitely weird number per second. Anybody caught in a blizzard, they're chilled. They'll be chilled for 8 seconds. Area effect is 8 meters. You can upgrade this. Does not help with the AoE though. Cooldown time is 24 seconds, and then it costs 5 mana per second. It is toggled on. The upgrade does an additional 75% damage and a freeze duration of 4 seconds, which again, with this guy and this guy, those freeze and chill durations are much heightened. So that's it for skills. Let's take a look at now what I'm using for weapons and armor and accessories. Staff of choice, I'm using the Staff of the Dragon. It has a base damage of 172. It does 81 fire damage plus a additional 25 damage of spirit due to the superb spirit ruin, plus 41% attack, plus 7% on critical chance, and then plus 8 heal on kill. So there we go. That is the weapon of choice right now. As far as I know right now, this is very strong for what I have. I'm pretty sure some of the Hakon weapons, which I am unfortunate to currently own, I'm sure would be much stronger, but this is the current staff that I'm running that is pretty strong and it does the work. For armor, I'm using the Drake Scale. In case you don't know how to unlock Drake Scale, you earn the Drake Scale by earning 1,000,000 points with mages, and that is how you unlock that. You will then get a free chest with about 6 different armors. They all be Drake Scale, all at level 171. I'm currently running with a 24% fire resistance and a plus 5% magic defense. That is not the best, obviously. That is just what I currently had in stock to attach on here right now. And then let's take a look at my accessories. First thing I'm running is the belt of melee defense, just a plus 5 damage reduction to melee. Again, not the best, but that's just what I'm currently rocking at the time, is what I have. First ring, I am using Enhanced Blizzard Ring, increased ability damage by 30%, so now my Blizzard is doing 30% more damage on top of its freezing and chill. And then for my second ring, I believe it's Energy Barrage. If I find it here, yes it is. Again, another additional 30%, so now I think Energy Barrage was like 170, no, it was 110%, so now I'm doing like 140% times 12. You can see how that stacks pretty well. On for my amulet, I think it is the Amulet of Accord. Yes it is. All this allows me to do is take less threat, less aggro, so I can kind of sit back and then back and do good damage without having to worry about enemies rushing me. And if enemies do rush me, then I just go with the Blizzard, but again, you will see the strategy in the gameplay. But that is about it, guys, as a class setup for the Necromancer. There's my active skills, passives, armor, weapon, accessories. let's get into some gameplay. Alright guys, so here we are in Perilous, fighting the Frost Dragon. I've already went down a couple of times, so I can show you my ability to revive. I already did my 3 downs in the last round, so if I go down again, I will be in the fade. Hopefully the dragon doesn't kill me real quick so I can show you guys. Let me get out of the way there. I can show you guys this. Come on, get in the circle. There we go. Demon Commander. Gotta love that. Alright, so here we go. I have him marked. I'm going to spam Energy Barrage throughout the game, as well as I'm going to spam a marked target throughout the game. I really want to fight him. I got somebody behind me. Oh, I see you. Where'd you go? Any Mirage. Now your effectiveness to kill enemies is going to be based. Oh, that's my guy. It's going to be based off of obviously if you have your character promoted a couple of times, it will make this much better. Definitely want to use that walking bomb in any kind of groups. Will help you out a ton. Helps to have that staff that gives me health back on kill. I grab you. Looks like the first one I had died. Very, very, very important, guys, to keep one of these guys marked up. You lose it and you die, that's pretty much it for you. So it looks like I should be going down here in a second. I'm gonna kill off one of these guys real quick. I can pick up another one. Oh, there we go, I have one. Got pretty good health. Let me pick up one more. Let me kill him off. Pick up another one real quick. Shoot. Yeah, I picked up the boss there. Oh no. Okay, I'm still alright though. Still alright. There we go. I grabbed this guy here. He should die soon. There we go. So I just died. He will die. Oh, he must have died before me. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah, he did die before me. I see he's not here anymore. Well, that was a failed attempt. That was a failed attempt. If he didn't die before me, because he was fighting the Demon Commander, but if he didn't die before me, I would have switched places with him and I would have came back. So unfortunately, I was not able to show you guys that. But I was in Fade. I didn't mark him. I got him just before he died, but then he died before my 10 seconds wore off. Therefore, I did not come back from it. But if you guys manage to grab a character before they die, your spirited character dies first, then you will switch places. You will die off, and you will come back to life. I think with about half health, I believe it is, maybe more so, around 3/4. But that is how you ultimately just stay alive. So using the Necromancer in that sense, you basically get unlimited lives. Alright guys? So it's your boy, Noob Hard here, noobing up, noobing out. Sorry I was unable to show you guys the ultimate revival status of the Necromancer, but once you try out this class and you use it, you guys will understand it. I will catch you guys in the next Dragon Age Inquisition Ultimate Build. There you guys have it. That is the complete ultimate build of the Necromancer. This is obviously not the best build out there. There's many different ways you can build the Necromancer, different skills, different passes you can use. If you guys have a better way to use a Necromancer, leave it in the comments down below. I would love to see what you guys are using. I will definitely see the different variants of the Necromancer out there. I will catch you guys in the next video.